Right. Cool. It looks like it's better.
All right.
Good shit then. Let's get this uploaded on my story and we're good to go.
So we are live.
Yeah. There's a 5-minute one. Oh shit. We might have to change the title. Or else it's just gonna come up with the 5 minutes that we just stood there.
Yeah, that was a good stream.
Alright.
Bless you.
Thank
Bless
you. Glad I got that in before the pod.
Yeah. All right. Audio definitely works.
Alright. You ready? Sweet. Sounds good. Oh, it's back to saying it's bad on OBS. But, well, now it's green again. Alright, we're fine. Alright, let's get started in
This
3,
will be interesting.
2. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty well, Chris. It's early in the morning. It's a little quick college corner right at the beginning. Now that you're moving into a new place, new house, back in Columbia, my throat every morning has just been clogged. It's just like
I think the airs down there is different. Get used
and
to it.
it's not as humid anymore, so it's more of dry heat, and it's just so I've been having to munch down some cough drops, but it's all right.
I feel like anyone, every time you go to college, like the first week, everyone gets not necessarily sick, but it's like that.
Oh,
Where
because
you're coughing a lot.
yeah, and it's
This
like
throat's
people
always
aren't eating
sore.
right. They're
Mhm.
they're going out every night. They're not eating right, and I gotta get my schedule down. But I'm
We got a long email. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before about monkeypox.
oh
They were like,
really?
"Here's what you gotta do when you come back to prevent any monkeypox." I don't know, like I haven't been paying attention to monkeypox at all because like the name is so stupid that I just assumed that it was like murder hornets and like people were making a big deal about it. And then I was like reading through this email, I was like, "Oh, so this is like a real thing.
So what
Like
is
we
it?
could actually get
I haven't been
monkeypox."
paying attention either. I thought it was a sexually transmitted disease.
Um, let's see. It spreads people through close contact, direct physical contact with the infectious rash, including during intimate contact such as kissing, cuddling, or sex. So
Hmm.
yeah, it is.
Interesting.
But
Interesting.
yeah, I mean,
What's
it
it do
doesn't
to you?
doesn't sound fun.
Is it like COVID too?
Symptoms can include fever, headache, muscle aches, backache, swollen lymph nodes, chills, exhaustion, and a rash. Rash is ooh, and the rash can show up on the genitals and anus.
Ooh, the rash. I've seen the rash on the hand. It looks
I
nasty.
don't. Yeah, that as soon as you throw rash in there, that changes the whole thing for me. Like I feel like I handle being sick okay, but if I have a rash, I'm not
No,
gonna
I'm
handle that
scraping
well.
that shit off too. Like that. Yeah, I don't want to. You're right. Rash is a whole nother level.
Itching and like just like the word itself, rash. Somebody came up to me and was like, "Oh, I have this rash," but like I don't want to talk to you.
But yeah, I'd be like,
Go figure that out and then come back to me.
yeah, get away from me real quick. I do not want to talk to you. All right. Well, I don't really know how to
No,
smoothly
stay safe
transition this.
down
Yeah.
there.
All right, I will. I will. You stay safe when you move to Maryland too.
Thanks.
Uh,
No
I,
cuddling.
yeah, I was gonna say, is this really gonna be a big deal? I guess
I doubt it.
I mean, I hope not. We can do this all over again. All right. Well, I don't have a smooth way to transition this from monkeypox to Hard Knocks, but the newest episode of Hard Knocks dropped on Tuesday, and I'm excited to have a good an actual fun team to look at this time.
This was the most fun I've had watching Hard Knocks in a couple years.
Because it was actually interesting. The team, I mean, of course, sucked last year, and it seems like I don't know if it's just you, but this is building the Lions hype up for me so much.
That's the only issue with it is like everything they say, like getting all fired up and like saying, we're gonna do things the right way, all that. You have to take it with a grain of salt just because it's the Lions.
And
Dan Campbell's talking about how like we want to be like this team that's treading water for the longest or whatever. It's like the Lions though.
And it's gonna be funny looking at all this when they win 4 games instead of 3, or 5 games instead of 3. But it's good. It's good to see it's like a young team. There's not a lot of personalities on the team, so it's kind of all the coaches, which is cool. And
well, for now,
yeah, we'll get into it.
First episode, they don't delve too deep.
Do you think there's gonna be another Goff episode?
I saw him and I was like, here we go.
Again.
And they like literally didn't say. Well, they didn't say a word about him on here. So I was like, all right, well, they're either saving it for another episode, or they're just like, we've had enough of this guy.
Could you imagine they're like likely to get traded next year? Jared Goff. Likely to not be the starting quarterback after next year. Jared Goff.
Do they have anyone else? Did they draft anyone?
No, I don't think so. I don't even think I don't think they drafted any quarterback. Let me look. But
yeah, no, Tim Boyle and David Blau.
Tim Boyle.
I want to see some Tim Boyle.
Love Tim Boyle. All right. So, what was your favorite part of the episode?
It had to be the Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, so I saw a tweet about it. Schefter was like, the people at HBO are saying that this is the most entertaining rookie signing moment that's ever been recorded. And I was like, all right, like, get out of here. So when he came up, I was like, all right, I'm curious as to what's going to happen here. And then he, like, screws up. And then when the whole team, like, starts singing it, I was like, wow, that was actually pretty awesome.
It was pretty electric.
It gave me a smile.
Yeah. It was, I love how they do it every year. Is it just, like, the Hard Knocks teams that do this, or does every team do this? Like the rookie?
No, I think every team does it.
Okay, yeah, because they go. I bet the Pats don't. Ain't no chance that the Pats do. But
they do, but Belichick is just not a part of it.
They do after practice, extra time together. So yeah, he goes up. $14 million signing bonus. Damn. Yeah. I mean, that's what you get for being the second overall pick.
Yep. I love that. That's the other thing I love is like everyone's reaction when they say what their signing bonus is.
Oh yeah, everyone just hooting and hollering in the stands.
The hooting and hollering was on the next level.
Oh, especially during Billie Jean. There's guys. Did you see the guy take off his shirt, throw it, and then another guy caught it and then started doing like the muscle man spinning? It was like almost not believable that actually happened, but there it was.
Yeah. There's a lot of Aiden Hutchinson in this episode.
There was. He's got to be the whitest family I've ever seen in my life.
I had that exact sentence written down.
They're all blonde hair, blue eyes, and they all look exactly the same.
And the way that they just talk too.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and like I was just hoping he'd play for the Lions. When I went to the draft, if he would have gotten drafted by somebody else, I would have started crying. I was like, what?
It's like, come on.
Again, it's the Detroit Lions.
That was the thing that I was like,
have a little self-respect.
Yeah, that's what you want your son to go into, that program. But I don't know. It's all. I guess the whole.
And then the sister's like, "Oh, like me too." I was like, "What? Talking about?"
There ain't no way those sisters like watch any of the Lions games. You think they've watched it? And I don't think that whole family's watched the Lions game in probably like 5 years.
Probably not.
They probably watched like the last couple games to see if they would get the first overall pick to get their son.
That's right, yeah. Or like the first game of the season.
Yeah.
And instantly were destroyed.
I want to see requests for later episodes. I want to see some Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Is he at training camp?
Didn't somebody get hurt?
No, that was John Mechie. He was the one that got hurt.
Oh, okay.
But Jameson Williams got hurt in season. I don't know when he's gonna be back.
Hmm.
Let me look.
Yeah, it's always
Oh.
fun seeing the rookies.
Yeah, at least not. He'll be back for the season. But yeah, I want to see some Jameson Williams. I got it. They kept showing Michael Brockers. I want someone to ask him about his quote when he got traded to the Lions about how he hated playing with Jared Goff, and then Jared Goff got traded to the Lions.
That would be interesting. I mean, maybe that's something that like they were told not to bring up again.
Oh, probably.
So I'm sure that there's some limits. Well, obviously there's got to be some limits.
All
That
right,
would be funny.
Jamal Williams. What are your thoughts on his heart-wrenching speech that he gave?
I don't know. I mean, I think it stems from the top. Like Dan Campbell almost cried.
He did.
That's awesome. I don't know. I mean, that team needs some sort of leader. Like it's all a bunch
Never
of
would I have thought it
scrubs and
was
young guys.
Jamal Williams though.
I wouldn't have either. Like I knew he was like a fun guy. I didn't know that he was a guy that was able to step into a leadership role like that. But good for him for. I mean, it should be Jared Goff.
Oh, there's
Or
no way
no,
Jared Goff could
Goff's
have a
not
speech
giving
like
like
that.
that.
No way
No.
is Jared Goff doing a speech like that. I thought it was a little much. Like he kept going.
Mhm.
I was like,
He
is
did
this
keep
gonna
going. Couldn't
wrap
stop.
up at all?
Mhm.
But I also thought like when he was sitting there, he's like, when I'm tired, like I want y'all to know like it's because I'm putting in whatever like the 100% effort, and I was just thinking like you're literally the backup running back. You can be as tired as
He
you
also
want.
said the word tired 1,000 times.
Oh yeah.
It's like, all right.
You
yeah.
look across the field and see the opponents being tired, and then it's just like, all right, man, like you're backing up against Smith, right? Who's your
Yeah,
starting?
yeah.
running back? Yeah,
Swift.
not Smith. Yeah. That's such a great name for a running back, by the way.
Swift.
It's like yeah, he's Swifty.
I think I only saw him once, and it might not have even been him.
Yeah, I could.
He
It's
was
funny. A
sitting
lot
next
of the
to
players,
Hutchinson.
you didn't get to, really get to see it all.
Mhm.
Like they would have like some of their names at the bottom, but not all of them.
Mhm.
So the whole, I guess, what was it, like 10, 15 minutes about the helmets and the little padding on top of the helmets. I guess that was kind of cool, but it was just them bitching about the helmets.
Yeah, and like everyone had already seen it on
Yeah.
the internet, so we all kind of figured out what it was.
Yeah,
That
I guess
wasn't really
it was
anything
good for
new.
the show to like explain what it was. I thought that was cool,
Mhm.
but then that's all they really needed. They didn't need a bunch of clips of the guy saying like, "Oh, it's comfortable. Oh, it's not." Like, you have to wear them anyways. I really don't give a shit.
Right. So the same thing happened when they put on actual helmets for the very first time.
Oh, do you think they're gonna do the same thing, showing which one's comfortable, which one's not?
No, I mean like when football first like mandated wearing helmets. Like I'm sure
Oh,
the guys who were like putting them on, be like, "Oh, this so heavy." And all that.
It's like
so.
the leather like
Right,
caps
yeah, you
that
go
they
from
had.
the lever to the real thing.
Yeah, it's probably true. And they should just like, I don't know. At least they don't have to wear it in the games. That would be
Right,
way
yeah.
too far.
Like it's training camp,
Yeah.
so.
So like, calm down.
Can we talk about Dan Campbell?
Yeah, let's talk about the star of the show.
So, first off, the intro speech, he kind of lost me there.
He again
first
just
clip
kept
of the
kind of
episode.
going.
I was like, what is he talking about?
No, he was talking
That
about
one
treading
was just-
water,
yeah.
drowning the other team.
A lot of rhetorical questions. It was just like not a very well put together speech, which I should have expected because he's a guy who gives like a good speech at halftime
Yeah.
or like right before the game, like when the offense is getting ready to take the field. That's when he gives a speech, not in front of the whole team in like a lecture hall.
And in the
But that
first
shouldn't have
day
been
of training
surprising.
camp, like he had to like
Yeah.
this was like his introduction. That was his introduction to the team, to all the people that he just signed or just rookies just drafted. That was his introduction to them, and it was just blabbling along. he's clearly the
What
best.
are we? Who are we? Grit. All right, Dan. Come on.
I love all the grit in it though.
Yep, there's
Like
a lot of grit. He
you,
has the hat that says grit, which I love. I
you
might have to get one of those.
you gotta love just a guy who's just like, all right, like our football team's about grit. Like every other football team's not about grit. Like this one's the only one that's about grit. I do it
More
differently
grit than
because
everyone
I
else.
think it's gritty.
Oh man.
But
But yeah, I liked how they did like the Dan Campbell history. They were like, no coach has a resume like Dan Campbell, and I was like, what does that even mean? Is that
I
like
was
a
when
compliment?
they said
Or is
that, I
that
was
just
like,
pointing
wait
it
a
out
second.
that 'cause I think it's just like a statement. It's not really a compliment. Like you went from being an NFL player to an
Yeah.
assistant coach, a head coach.
I did think that was cool. I liked how you got to see like Sean Payton really taught him how to be a coach, which was cool.
Mhm.
And also I was thinking about it like after that speech and stuff, and after just him talking, I was like, I'm surprised he wasn't a head coach way earlier. Like just the way he
Miami?
talks. Yeah, like just the way that he talks to the players and stuff. It's like
Mhm.
I feel like that alone would get at least one other NFL team to make him a full-time head coach.
And that's the thing with him. It's like he's definitely a guy who the players love.
Oh yeah, he's doing the
Because he's
drills
so
with him.
weird. And, yeah, right.
He's
That whole scene changed because at first I was like, all right, what's this guy's deal? Like, why can he not put together a cohesive sentence? And then they showed him. The great thing about that scene is they showed the whole up downs.
Mhm.
He did like 25 of them and had the camera on him the whole time. I thought that was cool.
I thought it was cool too, and I thought it was cool that all of his other coaching staff was almost all former players as well.
Yeah, there's no nerds.
No nerds. No was it Arthur Smith? There's no Arthur Smith in there. There ain't no Arthur Smith in
Or
there.
Nick Sirianni's.
Yeah, or like Zach Taylor. None
Right,
of those
yeah.
none of those little dweebs in there. Just
Yeah,
all
none of those
all
clowns.
ballers. All real ballers. So
They're gritty.
they do be gritty, I guess.
Like Arthur Smith's gritty.
No.
The
No, I
least
do
gritty
not.
person ever.
No, he's the type of guy to buy one of those gritty hats though. Be like, yeah, gritty. Just not be gritty whatsoever. If he ever listens to this pod, he's like that. This is worse than like what we do with Lamar, because at least Lamar like it's a meme. But
We like have
like,
and
we
we have to
actually believe-
admit sometimes that he's good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no,
Arthur
there's no
Smith,
admitting
like,
that
there's
Arthur
no
Smith is
redeemable
good.
qualities. He's a stupid face.
No, and he's gonna
team
lose, and he's gonna
sucks.
win one game again this year.
Yeah.
And probably be fired. Anyways,
I'll make him cry.
he probably does make.
Probably is. He definitely is a crier.
He seems like a crier.
I goes home every night and cries when like
With
Julio
that
Jones
little of a
yell
chin,
at
you
him in
gotta be a
training
crier.
camp.
With that little of a chin, gotta be a crier. What I did miss, and when I was you were talking about the Dan Campbell speech a second ago. The thing that was bothering me, I was like, when is the theme song gonna play? Like after every like cool thing he said, I was like, when is the theme song gonna play? Like this guy he just kept going.
But there was no like good spot to finish it at.
No, he just kind of ended, and then it was like
Yeah,
the greatest theme song of all time, though.
yeah, definitely.
That and
Nothing will beat the Raiders when they did the Autumn
one.
Wind.
Yeah.
That one
That's
was
true.
so cool.
I missed the narrator. I'm glad, and like whenever you hear that guy's voice, it's like, all right, football's right around the corner.
Mhm. Yeah, he's got a great narrator voice.
Any other things that you got?
Well, the Dan Campbell thing when he does cry in that speech when he's saying that like you guys think that or he said I'm not a lunatic.
Yeah.
I thought to myself like, I don't know, maybe he is. He might actually be crazy.
Oh yeah, no, I think he is.
Like I think he's a madman.
Yeah, he seems pretty nuts.
He also remember when we did. Oh, wait, go ahead because this is a little bit different.
Okay, I was gonna say, but he seems crazy in the right way. Like he seems good crazy for a football coach.
Right, but he's one of those guys where like, if they're doing okay, like they don't have to have a great record, but if he is like if everyone's on board, it works. But like the second that they start like dropping games and guys start losing trust, then that doesn't work.
No,
Like
you
him
don't,
being
yeah.
a madman,
Yeah, that doesn't
they're
work.
just gonna be like, all right, like.
No, they're gonna. Yeah,
Right,
you're
man.
right. They're gonna ignore him. They're like, I don't care how many push-ups you do with us. Like, we suck.
I mean, even in that scene, it was like obviously he probably lost a couple guys there for the moment, because he was making them hit each other on like the third day of training camp.
Dude, oh yeah, I kind of, I feel. Would you have been pissed if you were a player? Just like, great, like we're already getting it.
Probably.
I would probably be a little like if I was a veteran, I'd probably be pretty.
Right.
Pissed.
As a young player, I'd be stoked.
Yeah, but a veteran
Ready
I'd
to
be
hit somebody.
pretty pissed. All right, what were you gonna say?
You remember when we did Office Space?
Yeah.
And there's the guy that, like, hey, Peter, man. And he says man after every sentence.
Yeah.
That's Dan Campbell. He says man after every sentence. And, like, once I noticed it, I couldn't stop thinking about it.
He is a jabroni, I think. In a good way. Like, don't you think?
I don't know if you can use that word in a good way.
What? I mean, like, he's like a meathead.
Yeah, he's a meathead.
He's definitely a meathead.
Yes. There's also a clip when they were doing his resume and he's in Miami and he's packing the fattest lip. It was hilarious.
He probably has the five-finger grizzly bear. That's what he does
Yeah.
to pack his lips.
Yep.
All right, I'm looking at a recap for Hard Knocks, and we should do this next week. A quote of the week. This guy's.
Oh, I got one.
Oh, okay.
It's Jamal Williams when he said, "If you piss like a puppy, stay on the porch."
Oh, that is a great quote.
It's a great line.
That was a great line.
Said, "Let the big dogs take the field." It's like, oh yeah, good one. And then he talked for 10 more minutes about being.
I was just about to say that was like
That
halfway
should've been
through his
it.
speech.
You should
Yeah.
have wrapped it up there.
Yep. All right, this one's quote of the week. I'll have one for next week. But the NFL.com's quote of the week was, "To be a good player, you have to be surrounded by very good people." Said Brunwell. I don't know. That's kind of.
Oh, Mark Brunell.
Brunell, yeah, Mark Brunell.
That's what they came up with.
Yeah, I was about to say, after a Dan Campbell speech and a Jamal Williams speech that lasted 5 minutes each, this is what they came up with as the best quote of the day. I don't know. I guess it's NFL, so they can't be like piss like a puppy, get off the porch or get on the porch or whatever. But
Yes.
yeah, I don't know. That was a lame quote. I'm not gonna lie.
A couple former Redskins on this coaching staff. Antoine Randall and Mark Brunell. I think Mark Brunell won a playoff game for them.
That's basically a Super Bowl.
Pretty much. He was the first quarterback that I remembered. I started watching him and Todd Collins.
Todd Collins does not sound like a good quarterback name.
You guess it. He
Yeah,
wasn't.
he wasn't a good quarterback.
I mean, Todd in any sport is already like not.
Can you hear the train? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's right. It gets pretty loud, but it's right next to my house. So, any last thoughts that you got? I like
What
seeing.
else did I have?
I think we need to see more Penny Swell.
Mhm.
I think he could be a good guy for the show.
Yeah. Well, he's probably like their best player too.
Yeah, he probably is their best player.
I liked the Deuce Staley versus Aaron Glenn thing in practice was also pretty fun.
Remind me about that again.
When they were barking at each other, because Aaron Glenn's the defensive coordinator, Deuce Staley. I don't think he's the offensive coordinator, but he's like running back coach and assistant head coach. And they were talking about how much they love each other. And then like during practice, like,
Oh
they were
yeah,
chirping at each other the whole time.
yeah.
Like offense versus defense. That was fun. And the fun thing about that is Aaron Glenn is a former defensive back, and he has like the most stereotypical defensive back voice. It's like high pitched and like yappy. And Deuce Staley has the biggest like bellow, and it's so funny to watch.
That was fun. You get to see, like, I don't know, at least the coaching staff and the line some fun in training camp.
It
So,
won't last. But
What'd you say?
I said it won't last.
Not once games start playing.
Good for now.
Yeah, and it's funny. That's how it always feels on Hard Knocks. It's like, once the actual season starts, like you could throw probably all this most of it out the window.
Mhm.
Just
Oh
like
yeah, definitely.
all the love hate relationships, shit like that. It's just like it all just
Mhm.
becomes hate once you start losing. All right,
Final thing I had
Okay.
was it was bold of Hutchinson to bring his sisters to training camp.
He shouldn't bring them anywhere. Not around football players.
I mean, I remember even on draft night. It's like, ooh, Hutchinson's family.
I'm telling you, the most stereotypical white family I've ever seen. From Michigan.
They are, yeah.
From Michigan that I've ever seen. All right. What are you looking forward to in the next coming episodes?
Jared Goff.
Still a right from.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I feel like we always get some rookie that has an interesting personality, which I guess we kind of got with the guy who did was it salsa dancing?
Yeah.
Whatever kind of dancing it was, that was sick.
Also, let's talk about that real quick. I would be so pissed if I learned all of Billie Jean to perform, and then some guy just comes up there afterwards and salsa dances.
Mm-hmm. And he
had to
danced
sing it
too.
all.
In
Oh
Hutchinson
yeah,
danced.
Billy. Yeah, he danced during Billie Jean. He had to sing and dance. This guy just danced without any lyrics.
I mean, if you can dance like that, I feel like that's acceptable.
That's fair. It was a baller. It was a big brain move though. Like let's just pick a song with no lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like where learning to dance like that, it's like, oh, it finally came in handy.
He's like about time. About
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
But I wanted them to give us the storyline of like the undrafted free agent, and they do all this stuff about him, and then he gets cut.
I was about to say we got to get the guy who's gonna get cut.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten him yet.
At first, as soon as he started dancing, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's getting cut. But he was an actual draft pick, so he should be fine.
No, yeah, we need an undrafted rookie with some personality, and just to get cut right at the end of the season. Remember
Break everyone's heart.
the guy on the Browns one who was like the rock guy, who was the tight end. He was like the rock guy, and we were just like, this guy's out of here. He's getting cut ASAP.
What was the guy on the Raiders, the receiver? I forget what his name, because they ended up bringing him back at some point.
Was it the guy who kept dropping stuff, right?
Yeah. He struggled, and
I
then
don't
he
remember.
really had a good preseason, and they cut him anyway.
The only thing I remember about the Raiders is Antonio Brown.
John Gruden.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
what a
John
different
Gruden.
Raiders team that was.
Yeah, that's a completely
That
different. Raiders
wasn't that long ago either.
No, the NFL. It's weird. It's like starting to be like the NBA, where teams are gonna look different and different every year. Alright.
Keelan Doss,
Oh yeah, I remember that name.
championed as a hometown hero.
Is he on the
And then
Raiders now?
They waived him. Let's see.
Keelan Doss. All right, what I'm looking forward to while you look that up.
It's on the Giants.
Oh, good for Keelan Doss.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work out.
I'm looking for more Penny Swell, and I'm looking for more Dan Campbell doing more drills.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I
give
mean,
me
if
more.
every
Dan
episode is 50% Dan Campbell, that's fine with me.
It's gonna be a good series if it is. It'll be a great season of Hard Knocks. So
They literally have like no marketable players.
no, which is weird, is why it's like it has to be Jamal Williams is like yelling it out there. It's like they have Hutchinson, and that's about it.
DJ Shark.
Oh, I totally forgot he was on this team. What happened to him?
Let's see.
I always thought he was good.
He was his rookie year. He was good, and then I think he was just like the only guy on the Jaguars.
So they let him go?
I guess. Well, wait, didn't they draft?
No, they signed.
No, they had ETN and then Christian Kirk.
Yeah, and they signed what's it called, Christian Kirk, for massive money.
They have somebody else too.
They have LaVisca and Marvin
Laviska
Jones
Shenault.
and
Marvin
Marvin Jones.
Jones.
But I don't, like.
So-
I felt like TJ Chark was better than most of them.
Probably. Oh, Devin Funchess is a tight end
No way.
on the lines.
He's
Yeah.
on the Lions. Let's
Yep.
get some Funches in there.
Yeah.
I've totally forgot about him because
I did too.
I remember he was on the Panthers and was actually not bad,
Mhm.
and then went to the Packers and just got injured. I don't know if he's played since he got injured.
Mhm.
He's a tight
Jeff
end now.
Okuda is a tight end. Yeah.
Jeff Okuda, what did he get injured last year? That's why he only played like a couple games, right?
I don't remember.
Because I remember he just fell, like no one was talking about him. And I think
Yeah, I
it's 'cause
kind of forgot he existed. I have a guy named Dan Skipper.
Skipper.
6'9". Yeah, give me some Dan Skipper. That's who I want to see. 6'9", 330.
Oh, he must have gotten injured both years.
Wait, this is Jeff's third year in the league?
Yeah. He had 47 tackles his first year and a pick, and then 4 tackles last year and no picks.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but they said he's healthy ahead of training camp. Let's get some Akuda in there. Everyone forgot
I'd
he
like to
existed.
see him. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I was waiting for that.
Curious about what his deal is.
I was waiting for Amon-Ra because I was like, this might be the only marketable player. Like, and it's not even marketable. It's just like half, like maybe half the NFL.
He put
knows
up
who
good
he
numbers
is.
last year.
Yeah.
Kinda.
And fantasy football players like know who he is. So
Yeah, because he like won people his.
Yeah.
He actually helped me get out of a last place finish.
Oh, would have been the
So.
calendar. We need a
What a joke that is, by
yeah.
the way. No one will really get this, but
All right, let's just explain it.
Fact,
We've
it's
had
been
the
2
past
years.
2 years. Our punishment for fantasy football has been a underwear model calendar. So you have to take 12 pictures and we make a calendar and send it out to the league. The last 2 people have gone ghost mode after they've lost and have just
like
dipped.
silent.
Yeah, we haven't heard from them. So now we got to figure out a new one because it doesn't. You know what's funny? I would have done it if I made last place. I
I
would have
had
done
to do it.
it. Yeah, it would
That's why
have
I'm so nervous.
been.
Because I knew I would have had to do it.
And it's like it's about the
Sign up for
principle
the
of it.
league.
We all agreed on this. Whatever. No one cares about our fantasy football problems.
And it's not even that big of a deal. Like, it's not like we were posting them on Instagram.
No, we were literally just having just the members of the fantasy football.
Right, yeah. I thought about if I were. This was a real thought that I had. Like, if I didn't do it, I thought I might like order extra and then sell them. Try to like make my money back.
Some wise merch.
Yeah. Just me half naked, like swinging a baseball bat.
The George Costanza pose.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I would have done at least one. That was the George Costanza pose.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that does it, right?
Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Is there football on tonight?
there is.
Gotta be, right?
The Pats are playing.
I think we don't play till Saturday.
Get to watch some Bailey Zappi. Excited for that. I want to see.
I'm so pumped for Sam Howell.
Oh, dude, that you're gonna watch. You should watch the whole preseason.
And juiced.
If the whole half that he plays, because that's gonna be electric. Especially if De'Ami Brown is playing at the same time.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna sell yourself real quick. All right. Well, I think that does it. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see everybody on Tuesday, where we're getting ready for some fantasy football.